Dave was the key to the Saints ending the losing streak, as simple as clogging a toilet. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We never skip a drink day.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are presented to you by Hard Hide, Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlboro. I got Dave with me. Andrew's going to show up eventually, and Kevin may make a surprise late appearance like Norm from Cheers. He'll just bust through the doors. So that'll be great. Thanks to everybody in the chat joining us. I see Jerry. I see Who Dat Golfer. I saw Jason Champagne. I see Saints Nola. So we're getting there. People are excited. So we'll see. The one thing I want to talk about, Dave, tonight's show. Rizzi Mania. Sweeping America. He's on McAfee. He's everywhere. Marquez, Valdes-Scantling, legacy game. How big will Eric McCoy's return be now that the Potato King has been dispatched back to Idaho? And Jameis returns, and without DA around, does Jameis even still care and crave revenge? As always, if we reach $100 in donations, I will drink something horrible the patrons have sent me. This week, Dave, Bosca Drapor. I don't remember. It's 40% alcohol by volume. It's disgusting. I remember somebody sent us that from overseas. And 99 proof peach vodka. So if I do both, you can do the Bosca Drapor and the peach back to back. If we hit a certain number, make it happen. You donate enough, I'll drink it. I want to mention, Dave, happy birthday, buddy. It was your birthday this week. Happy birthday.
Yesterday, yes. Thank you very much. I turned 43. There we go. One of the few songs that we can play on this podcast. Nobody has the rights to this song. Yes. Look at that. Look at the little angry wave balloon.
Yeah, nice.
I love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I had a good... all right, is this song still going? All right.
Yeah. Did you have a birthday?
I had a good weekend. My birthday was on a Monday. You know, it always sucks to have a birthday on a Monday, but I enjoyed the weekend. Tulane homecoming, got a big win, made a bunch of money at the store.
That's nice.
Saints got the win over the Falcons. Spent some time with the family.
Yeah.
No golf. Didn't get a chance to play any golf
because of the weather.
Yeah, it was crappy.
Yeah, and also I want to say I wanted to thank Runamuk, aka EJ. He was the MVP winner of our last MVP raffle. He went to the Saints game with me. Sat up in the upper deck with the pores, with the people, with the true people. Me and him, we had a great time. His wife was lovely too. We drank a lot. We hugged. The Taysom touchdown that they called back was just a fantastic moment. It might not have counted on the scoreboard, but it counted in my heart. So that was nice. Thanks, EJ, and thanks to all the patrons for supporting the show. If you want to go to a game with me, do MVP.
So
we're gonna do this every year.
That's Runamuk. So again, you know, going back to what we were talking about when we had Cody guest hosting on our podcast last week or 2 weeks ago, we definitely have a look for our fans.
That's
here.
Right.
That includes a very big, large, bushy beard.
That's right. I like that. I'm jealous. I have like no hair on my entire body, so I'm jealous of.
Except for
what did you guys talk about? What did you guys
everything,
talk about?
Man. I mean, he's an arborist, which is cool.
Okay.
He owns a bagel shop.
Really? What's the name of it? Shout it out. Let's give the name.
Reno, I'm sorry, EJ. I forgot. It's Dragon Bagel. Dragon Bagel. That's
in Reno, Nevada.
In Reno, yeah.
Right.
So
I'll tell my buddy Joe to go there.
It was a great guy. We had a blast, man, and the Saints won.
Wait, so he doesn't live here in New Orleans?
No, he was from here. He flew in. His family live on the North Shore. So he
flew in just for this.
He flew for this and for like a family reunion get together kind of thing.
Oh, well, they just decided to have the family reunion after they realized that he had a chance to go to the game with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was great time. I think we need to plan we might need to do something next year where we have we all go to the game together and we have like a ton of patrons. Not just one person can win a raffle. We can take a bump. We can maybe you can pull some of your connections, Dave. We can get good seats and we can all go. Because
Are you going to start calling? Are you
We
going to
can
start
buy
calling
the
Runamuk
entire section
every day to talk Saints like you do with Andrew? Yeah.
I mean, maybe I would talk Saints to a stop sign. I'm not going to lie.
to
That is
DA
true.
even.
DA, I saw Dave. DA helped them. DA is such a nice man. He helped the Saints put together the game plan against Atlanta, even though they fired him. He was helping them put together the game plan. How about that? That's super nice of DA.
I'd rather him not.
Here's the thing. Darren Rizzi, Saints interim coach, he stopped up the toilet, but he also stopped the losing. Thomas, play that video.
All right.
This is how my day started. I get down here to the stadium, I get down here to Superdome, I go in the head coach's locker room, which, I've never used before, right? So here I am early in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and this is how my day started. I clogged the toilet. And I'm like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. I'm like, okay, this is not really a great start to the day. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not really feeling like a head coach of an NFL team right now. So I'm like, really? This is really how we're going to start my day? So
here's my question, Dave.
I can't believe he admitted that. I can't.
If you're superstitious, Dave, he clogged the toilet and they won. So now he's got to clog the toilet every week until they lose, right?
Skibbity Rizzler, Toilet, Ohio. Skibbity Rizzler toilet clogger.
You got to eat a big breakfast or a big dinner the night before, and you got to clog that son of a bitch every week until they lose.
Now we have a Rizzi soundbite, right?
Oh no, man, that's what. I don't know. The follow-up question, I can't believe. This is New Orleans. The follow-up question, I can't believe wasn't what did you eat?
You got to. You got to know.
Was this Commander's Palace, or was this Popeyes? The people have to know.
Yeah,
I'm Garden.
I'm with you, man. But do you agree with me? Like he's got to wreck the toilet every game now until they lose.
I mean, the problem with that is sure, but the problem with that is I don't know how do you guarantee that? Well, I guess again, going back to my question, we need to identify what he ate so he needs to eat that again.
That's right. Maybe even more. I mean, you're gonna go strong. I will say this: like that is a great. Like he said that if they had lost, he wouldn't have told that story. So like he's got a very good command of the room. He knows how to tell a story, get people to like him. He's got that fun coach personality, Dave. But here's the other thing, as Andrew joins us.
You got that, Joe? Get him.
Andrew, you've joined us. I want you to look at all the happiness in this locker room that the Saints have. Rizzi out here making game balls great again. Andrew, I'm cool with a lower draft pick if this man can be our full-time head coach. Look at the happiness in this locker room. This locker room, they have never been this happy. They haven't been this happy since Sean Payton was here in 2021. Look at that. Look at the happiness.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it lasts. You kept talking about the dead cat bounce, So we'll see if this was like a 1 week wonder. He kind of energized the troops for a week and gave them some energy, and we're all going to come crashing back down to reality, or does this have a little sustainability? It'll be interesting.
Here's my question is, Dave, not just wins, obviously, because wins will keep him employed, but can Rizzi, can he fix some of these problems the Saints have? Like the run defense is trash. The pass blocking is pretty bad. Receiver, they're all injured. I'll give them a pass there. But are there things that you look at and you're like, when he's done, when the season's over, besides wins, are you going to look at the things and be like, hey, Rizzi, you improved these things that were terrible under DA specifically, and you got them fixed kind of Are you looking at that, or is it just strictly you better win 4 or 5 games?
No, I am. We didn't talk about this on the last show. I don't know if this news came out. I think it came out after our show. Did you guys see this where he started enacting, before practice, an activation period, basically like stretching, so basically we weren't stretching before.
Yeah, I
said warming up. We weren't even warming up. Okay,
DA is a war criminal for that.
So I think. And then we wonder, and then we question why there's all these injuries.
You know who does the activation period before practice, Dave?
Who?
My high school tennis team.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even I stretch and do yoga every night, just because I want to be good. I want my body to be pliable, and it's good for golf. Everybody. These are professional athletes, and you're telling me that prior to a week ago, when Darren Rizzi was made as interim head coach, we weren't warming up.
It makes now it makes perfect sense. You know what
tends to happen when you don't do those things? You know what? Do you want to take a wild guess at what tends to happen?
People get hurt on Saturday before games.
Your hamstrings get a little tight.
Yeah. So
by the way, for those of you that don't know, that's the Tecmo Bowl injury music, which is amazing.
Right. So one, I think the baseline has been set very low for what can be improved upon here.
Apparently.
Now that DA has left.
Stretch.
And two, I think absolutely there are definitely things that can be done better. He reorganized the locker room. He's doing the activation period, the stretching, the warming up, or whatever.
Coach better. Do your job.
Here's the
That's
thing,
what it's about.
I don't know that Rizzi's this X and O genius. He's not going to fix our pass blocking. He's not going to fix the pass rush. I don't see him. So I think the answer to your question, Ralph, is he's not fixing shit. All right. The problems that the Saints have are here to stay. But I do think we're already seeing clearly he's a better leader than DA. Yeah. And I think maybe, just maybe, he's better at organization. And so I do think just getting everyone marching in the same direction, speaking with clarity. He has an intensity about him. I don't know, for lack of a better way of saying it, DA's personality was very monotone and boring. Yeah. And after a while, I think it's hard to just get motivated by it. If we're feeling his press conferences are lame, that the players in the locker room are not paying attention to him, not listening to him, because he's repeating the same things. Keep chopping wood, or whatever his lame DA-isms are. So I do think Rizzi is a different voice, better leadership. It's the non X's and O's things, just I don't know how to describe it, but I just think he's better at running the ship. It's logistical stuff.
It is, but maybe the change to the defensive line can make the run defense not the worst run defense in the NFL. Dave, I don't know. You got Brian Young. He's been in the building a while, and maybe Todd Grantham was as bad a hire as some of the patrons tend to believe.
I mean, even if Andrew's correct and that the X's and O's part isn't going to change, I still think that there's something to be said for, everyone marching in the same direction and being more motivated. I think you can squeeze a little more blood out of the stone that way. So I do think that there is some improvement you can get.
It stands there as much as we hate DA and think he sucks, and it might even be a net positive that Rizzi is the head coach now and DA is gone. But we have to assume the defense is going backwards, right? They're not going to be as good at halftime adjustments. They're not going to be as good at creating a good game plan. It's hard to imagine. We still believe that DA was, I don't know that elite's the right word, but a strong game day play caller on defense and a strong game planner, a strong halftime adjustment guy on defense strictly in terms of X's and O's. So it's hard to believe they're not going to take a step backwards without him there.
Do you feel that's a good question, Andrew, because I felt part of me was like, they took a step back on defense because they didn't do the crazy DA blitz from all angles. It's blitz Alontae Taylor stunts. They just kind of was like, we're going to line up in 4 and 3 and we're going to rush and we're not going to do crazy stuff. And part of me was like, there you go. That's not that DA deserved to stay, but like that's one of the things you're not going to have with DA. But then part of me was like, maybe they're so injured at corner, they don't want to, and they're so down at corner. Now they're like, you know what? We're not Charles and Alontae Taylor and other guys at corner. Like, don't do exotic stuff. Let's just do what you can do. We're going to keep it simple. So, what do you think it was?
I think it was fortunate that Kirk Cousins played like absolute shit. He missed a lot of throws. Fortunate that Younghoe Koo missed 3 kicks. So, you know, I mean, Atlanta could have had a lot of more points on the board than they did.
Is he off the Saints? Is he off the Saints killer list?
I think he might be.
Koo. They might cut him. He's struggling.
I think Koo in 1 week, like, may have lost his Saints killer tag. Matt Bryant is twice the Saints killer that Younghoe Koo.
Matt Bryant, man, that fatty. He was fat kicker, man. I don't know. He might have slid up ahead of Koo. Thomas, do we have a donation update?
No new donations. We are on a 65-week donation streak.
That's because Dave is here, but I'm here now. So you guys can donate. I'm here. We're ready to have a great show. We just beat the Falcons, for God's sake. I mean, look.
Where are you at, people? Where's Mike Thomas?
If you're going to donate, now's the time, because who knows the next time we're getting a win. And we got one over the Falcons. So it's time to celebrate. I'm drinking a Coors Light, personally, to celebrate. Dave, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Parish Brewery's West Coast Ghost.
Okay.
This is their Ghost in the Machine West Coast version.
Well, we might have a surprise for our listeners later. Is that true?
We might. Kevin might be breaking into the show like Norm. All right,
Norm.
Here's
by the way, Damon C won last week with whopping $415. Damn.
Wow, Damon, where are you at? I need more. I need
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. My best friend.
Here's the thing that was stunning about this game is we knew the Saints receivers were injured and horrible and all that. That we had Bizarro Traquan Smith, a.k.a. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Is this going to be just the MVS game for all time, or is it the Rizzi game? Because I feel like Scantling catching 3 passes for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns was just incredible. How out of the blue? Where does this rank, Dave, on the out of the blue? Oh my God, Saints performances.
MVS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, time will tell, I suppose. Obviously, if MVS all of a sudden, continues to do well and makes a name for himself again with the Saints here, then obviously it's not an outlier. But if it goes the way that you're assuming it's going to go and predicting it goes, where we really don't see much of MVS moving forward anymore, where does it lie?
Boy, we've got a new. Oh, here we go. Here he is.
There he is.
Wow, Kevin, you're back.
Is that Sean O'Lear's music?
Wow. Thanks, JR. Appreciate it.
What are you? Some Uncle Nearest? Is that what that is?
No. I finished the Uncle Nearest. This is the copper.
Oh yeah.
And the copper, and I can't remember what the other.
It's good to see you, Kevin.
I won't give it away, but we all know at the end of the show it'll become very, very clear why Kevin managed to show up on a random Tuesday.
So I will say very quickly, the graphic that we were looking at before Kevin came on was the Falcoholic on Twitter lamenting the loss.
Yeah,
and I have to say I have spoken on this show about this before, but one of my favorite pastimes is when something awful happens to the Falcons. This was like extra great because they lost to the Saints. But anytime something awful happens to the Falcons, I love to go on the Falcoholic.
They would just
and they will tweet, and then I just see the avalanche meltdown of comments from Falcons fans.
It's called trolling. It's called trolling. Just call yourself a troll.
I mean, he's not interacting. He's just kind of lurking.
I mean, I'm lurking. I might retweet some stuff if it's good content. Yeah. But anyway, Saints fans, I highly recommend you go on Twitter. You go to the Falcoholic and you read some of the comments lamenting the Saints scoring a touchdown. It is as good of entertainment as any show on TV.
Yeah, they were pretty despondent because they know deep down in places they don't want to talk about, Kevin, that their Falcons are fraudulent.
Well, back to Ralph's original question, where does this rank? What are the Mount Rushmore of rando one-off games? Like this MVS game. Like, are we talking like Mike Carney 4 touchdowns? Is that up there?
That's a good one.
Pierre Warren.
The 2 picks by Pierre Warren, yep.
What was the game in the COVID year where they played Carolina at the end of a year and somebody had the Ty Montgomery where he ran for 120 yards?
I feel like the Mike Carney thing, to me that one is different because he was like a full-time starter.
Yeah.
That played multiple games and yes, he blew up and got 3 touchdowns in that, or 4 touchdowns, whatever it was in that game. And it was awesome. But Carney was a mainstay. This is some bum they got. I mean, I get it that
Trevor
Siemian. Come on.
I get
Trevor Siemian game and Halloween against Tampa.
I'm just saying they picked him up literally off the street and he completely went off. When's the last time they got a guy that was basically available to 32 teams mid-season?
That's right.
And he shows up and just I mean, I can't remember.
He cooked.
Wasn't there a game Mike McKenzie? Didn't we pick Mike McKenzie off the street?
Oh yeah, we did pick Mike McKenzie off the street.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Wasn't there one game where Jason David had
Yeah, but I mean, Jason David was
something. Wasn't there a Jason David game where he was
Green Bay, he picked off 2 balls,
Yeah. We got Jason David again. It's he was like Mike Carney, he was a starter corner.
Yeah,
Trevor Siemian was
playing every week.
Kevin White game on Halloween against the Bucks, 2021.
Kerry Collins.
Ooh, that's a good one. Mike Ditka had a lot of really random ones, like Eddie Kinnison.
What about? Wasn't there a guy? There was a defensive end. There was a veteran that they picked up out of nowhere, and I think he had a 2-stat game. Johnson.
Oh yeah, the dude George, the guy in 2017. Yeah,
that's right.
I remember him.
Yeah, he's another one.
Thomas put up your little tweet there of Derek Carr's pass, that deep pass to MVS, and the other pass to MVS also. They were both, like you guys said post game, great passes, absolute dimes.
Freaking dime.
You love to see it. You love to see it from Derek Carr. I don't mean to piss in everybody's Wheaties, but Derek Carr also threw well behind Foster Moreau on a pass that he could have walked into the end zone. So I'm just saying, good and bad. He's still flawed. He's still no Drew Brees.
Don't forget the grounding penalty, which should have cost us the game. Honestly,
right.
Yeah, it's funny because.
So that's making those passes to MVS is the least he could do for all the other bullshit we have to put up with.
Yeah, but I will say, this is why, for all of you people clamoring for Spencer Rattler,
oh my God,
he's clearly far superior.
We are going to the memory hole, the Spencer Rattler, the agenda, that is going to be memory hold, and people are going to deny it, and it's going to be in a year, it's going to be it never happened, and people are going to be like, what? I didn't know. No, that never. I don't remember that at all.
Spencer Rattler, I always said he sucked.
This is Atlanta blitzed half the time, and the Saints are one of the worst pass blocking offensive lines, and they couldn't sack Carr. Spencer Rattler, the Saints would have lost by 3 touchdowns on Sunday, I think.
Oh, I think Spencer Rattler, if he plays in this game, he would have been sacked 7 times or more. I'm serious.
Here's the down, not to be negative, Kevin, because they won and Rizzi was fantastic. It was great. Atlanta did have 460 yards.
Yeah.
So I asked you, Kevin, I want everybody to talk about this, but is it just kind of where there's no, like, I was always under the impression, if they play with more energy, they could be better. And this, like, is it to the point where, like, there's no fixing this defense? Like, they're not going to be even, like, incrementally better. They're just going to be the worst run defense in the NFL. They're going to have no pass rush. And we just have to hope they fall ass backwards into turnovers and have kicker luck. Is that where we are the rest of 2024?
Yes. Simple answer. Yes. And I wanted to piggyback. I wanted to circle back to get my, digs in on the Falcons here.
Yeah,
their defense.
Oh my God.
Has the worst. They are dead last in getting sacks.
9.
They have yet to reach double digits
crazy.
In sacks. The Saints defense has 22, and they're in the bottom half of the league. The league best are the Giants.
Taylor has a lot of those.
The league best right now are the Giants. Go figure. They have 36. The Falcons are the worst with 9. The team above them, the Carolina Panthers, who are utter shit, have 12 sacks.
Here's the thing, though, Dave, with making fun of Atlanta. The Saints pass rush might be terrible, and we might have gave Chase Young $10 million, and he might not be great, although he had a strip sack Sunday. Thank you, Chase Young.
He won the game for us.
Atlanta traded for Matthew Judon, and they still can't get a pass rush. They're a fraud. They're a fraud. My question to you, Dave, is Atlanta such a fraud that they are going to let somebody, whether it's the Saints or Tampa Bay or, God forbid, Carolina, are they going to struggle to get over the line in the NFC South? Are they going to struggle to get to 9 wins? And they're going to let these other crap teams in the NFC South back into it?
I don't know. I mean, they should be the clear favorite and the clear winner. Like, just on paper, other than maybe their pass rush, on paper, I think they've got the best, most talented team currently.
When you consider the top 10 picks they've had, the amount of money.
I guess I'll start. Hail to the Riz.
Who that golfer? 20 buckaroo super chat.
Thank you, that golfer. When you consider the money they spent on Cousins, the picks they've had over the last 5 years and what they've been building, I've always said this, like, this division is a layup line for them. And I said this in the offseason. If they don't win this division, this is a bigger failure than 28-3. It is set up for them. Like, the fact that they are not running away with this already is an embarrassment. The fact that they just lost to the Saints after Dennis Allen was fired is an embarrassment. They should be humiliated. The Saints suck. Like, let's not sugarcoat this. We probably have the worst run defense in the league. All right. And they have Bijan Robinson. How he didn't have 700 carries in this game, I'll never understand.
Right.
But I digress.
Every single carry by him, it felt like he was going to go to the house.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Our offensive line blows. Thank God you only have 9 sacks on the year and you can't sack anyone. So, like,
it was like basically like playing them was like looking in the mirror, really.
Kind of, yeah.
They're
really
the
like
Saints with better injury luck.
All it took to beat us was your kicker, who is automatic for God knows how long against us, to make a couple kicks. That's all it would have taken, and you couldn't do that.
I mean, watching the Falcons blow this game felt like us in that Eagles game or the Panthers game.
It felt like us all season.
Or what was the third game of the season? It's just
this was the third.
And so I guess that goes down.
Right?
Yeah, the Eagles, and then the one after that, or whatever.
Well, I said on the post-game show when Kamara dropped that pass, Kevin, I was like, there's no way. I wasn't even thinking overtime. I was thinking this is going to end in regulation.
Right.
I thought we were going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought we were gonna do. I thought the Falcons were trying so hard to Saints it up, and we came in at the end. And I thought we were gonna make sure that we were the only ones that are gonna. If nobody's gonna come into our building and screw this up like us.
The Falcons' performance was very Saintsy.
And by the way, the Falcons at the end of the game. What are you trying to do? Get out of bounds? You got to run a Hail Mary there. I don't know. What they were.
It was almost like DA was coaching them.
And by the way, this week, if they'd have done the Hail Mary, it is the anniversary of the Big Ben play from 1978 or 79.
And everyone knows Hail Marys are automatic. They work every time.
Easy.
They're boring at the
easy
half.
money. Hail Mary.
Final thing before we move on, Kevin.
Can you imagine if Tulane had a Hail Mary and they completed?
Oh my God.
We don't need them. We don't need them. We beat the shit out of our opponents.
They could just throw a Hail Mary like halfway through the first quarter. Just for shits and giggles. And if it was successful, Dave
like a flea flicker.
Dave would be second lining naked on our show in his living room like it was the greatest thing.
Dave, if the Tulane has a Hail Mary, if they have a Hail Mary on Thanksgiving night, will you make a T-shirt celebrating it?
Maybe. Is it at the end of the game to win?
You can call it like the Memphis Miracle. Like it would be to like win the game.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Although I would like to, I would like to think we're going to have a handy lead at the end of the game over Memphis, as we should, as a top 25 team should.
LSU.
Thank you. Third year in a row, top 25. And by the way, don't come, all you LSU fans, don't come looking for my coach, okay? He's my coach. Keep your hands off Sumrall. I know y'all are too stupid. Y'all are too stupid to go sniffing around Sumrall because he's good. He's too good for you. You're too dumb to even look at us. But if you do think about it, don't.
I think Brian Kelly's buyout is the GDP of like a small Asian country. A small Asian or European country. I think they own like 60 million. I don't think you have to worry about that.
Can we talk about the Saints fans out there that complained about the victory over the Falcons because Saints draft stock?
Honestly, you can do that now.
Turn your card.
Get him.
You beat Atlanta. Atlanta would have danced on our graves. Instead, we got to mock them. Who gives a damn about 6 spots in the draft? And oh, by the way, you haven't really lost any ground. There's still a boatload of crappy teams with 2 and 3 wins. You could easily lose 6 of the last 7 and pick 4th. Like, it's not like this loss didn't hurt anything. And Andrew, it was annoying.
Yesterday afternoon, the Saints were drafting 9th. With the Dolphins' loss, they're now drafting 7th.
No, the Dolphins
and there's still a bunch of season to go. I still think they're going to wind up easily with a top 10 pick, probably in the top 7 anyway. And I'm still going to advocate for them to trade down from it regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless. So everybody relax.
Give quick around the horn. Win total. Over, under 4.5.
Good. I'm glad you're starting to do the halves now.
Yeah. Over, Dave, over, under 4.5 wins.
Oh, well, Cavalier, $10. Thanks, man.
Over. Barely, but over. Barely,
so 5.
But over.
5.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah.
I mean, I picked 5 and 12 to begin the season, so I'm sticking with that. So I'll go with the over.
Kevin, over?
Yeah, I'll say over because I think they'll get one from Cleveland. They'll get shit. I think they'll get 2.
These next 3 games are winnable, dude.
I think they'll get 2 out of Cleveland, the Los Angeles, the Giants, Vegas, and Tampa. They'll get at least 2.
I I'm saying slam the over 5.5. They're going to beat Cleveland, give us a little bit of false hope, have a week off. They're going to beat the Rams. They're going to beat the Giants, and they're going to be 6-7, and they're going to be either tied for first or a game out. Rizzi Mania is going to be off the charts, and then Washington's going to kick their head in. Green Bay is going to kick their head in, and that's going to be over, and they're going to finish 6-11. But the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks are going to be amazing. Rizzi Mania is going to gain speed. It's going to be fantastic. I'll tell you what also is fantastic. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is fantastic. It is a strawberry-flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, Cocktail and Sons, strawberry and lemon syrup, fresh strawberries from Jonesdale Farm in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof. The whiskey is blended and bottled at the Sugarfield Distillery in Gonzales, Louisiana. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season long through the draft next year. So support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today. Dave, I ask you, first of all, do we need to pour one out for Connor McGovern? I did not know he is heir to a potato fortune of $500 million.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't know who you were talking about at the open when you said the potato guy. I had no idea.
Potato King. He's left us. So pour one out for him. But how big?
He left us because he just found out about his inheritance, or
I'm assuming he knew it all along.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to know more about this.
Yeah, the potato.
Here's Irish Kevin. Irish Kevin might have Irish Kevin might have an opinion on somebody who likes potatoes.
Oh, I didn't know you were turning it over to me right now. I didn't know that was the case. All I know is I was really rooting for the potato man. That's all I was doing. I went down to the store and I was looking for a jersey. And they said, "Oh no, we don't carry the jersey." And I said, "Damn you! Damn you, I will be back, and I will be back with a vengeance. I demand a jersey for the potato man, and I demand it immediately." I had to make some phone calls to Dublin, tell them hold off on the packages to be sent to the store. Dave cocking his head like you don't know what I'm talking about. Put two and two together, Dave.
He's the heir to a $500 million potato empire.
He's an heir to the potato fortune. I don't care if he owns a Lay's factory or a russet factory or whatever. A potato's a potato as long as it's good and as long as it's not coming from Britain.
What
That's all that matters.
Well, so wait, what company is it? Is it a company? Is it?
It's potatoes, Dave.
I know.
We don't read the fine print in Ireland. That explains a lot.
It's R.D. Offlet Farms, apparently.
This is not a therapy
They supply frozen French fries to everybody. McDonald's, Wendy's, Raising Cane's, Frito-Lay chips.
Even to Poland.
And
the
so what? So
Sultan
this
of
is his
Spuds. His grandfather. So he's heir. He's heir to. He can go back to the potato empire. But
we contacted Dire Straits to try and get them to write us another song about this man, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. We were offering free Guinness for life. They wouldn't take us up on it.
I feel like you two never wrote. They never wrote a hit song about potatoes. They missed out.
The closest they had was that Simpsons episode where Homer became the trash commissioner. That was it. Potato man.
Kevin, we miss you, Irish Kevin. I miss you.
Tulane played in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah. But Dave, how I feel like the return of Eric McCoy is big because, as Kevin mentioned before, there's no cure for the Saints' crappy defense. I feel like the only cure for the Saints' defense is to play less defense, and I think Eric McCoy can help with that.
It's funny because I was actually going to mention that earlier when you asked about, whether I was hoping to see any improvements with Rizzi in charge. Yeah, we're going from McGovern to McCoy, so we're going from one Irishman to another. And one of them apparently though has a lot more money than the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I think this team. You said you didn't think that this team wasn't going to get that much better, but I think just by way of players coming back from injury, I think they could potentially, you could see some improvement defensively and offensively.
Back.
But
Who else?
I think slowly, but I think over time we still have half the season left, and
they're not giving up on Olave. Apparently, they're saying they're not sure. He's on injured reserve, but he may be back in 4 weeks. Kendra Miller, who DA screwed on the way out the door, he'll be back in a couple of weeks. So maybe they'll get people back. The defense really hasn't been that injured, though. I mean,
yes, they have a Debo,
but Debo's not coming back, is what I'm saying. Like Debo's not coming back. Lattimore, by the way, still injured for the Redskins. I feel like Mickey Loomis got over on the Commandos.
Oh, maybe it was a real hamstring injury.
It was a real injury, and he was like, he's got that Devontae Adams hamstring. Washington, trust me.
Do you think Mickey Loomis was going commando when he made that trade?
Probably.
My favorite, Mickey Loomis, every week he goes on WWL and says the most boring, innocuous things, and people flip out. Like he was like, we got a little emotional bounce this week, and people were just crushing on him. No matter what Loomis says, people just hate him. It's hilarious. By the way, I gotta say, Dave, Gail Benson really improved her brand because now the Pelicans are losing, and they're like, Gail, send out some emails. Send out more emails. No one has improved their brand more than Gail after she fired DA.
Yeah, but she's got to pick her spots. Like, she can't just all of a sudden be doing this and doing that. Like, she only comes in, at important times when she's needed most. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Is Willie Green getting fired soon?
I mean, that game last night for the Pelicans, it was disgraceful. Like, they didn't score in the last 4 minutes. They were winning with a minute. It's just a disgraceful performance. Here's a question. Does the bye week count in the 4 weeks for IR? So like Kendra Miller, it's 4 weeks, but is it 4 games or is it 4 actual weeks? That's a great question. It's a great question. I don't know.
I think it's weeks. I think IR counts.
Okay. Yeah. Kendra Miller, he's going to come back. He's going to have another great
Players on IR must miss a minimum of 4 games.
Just kidding. Thank you.
Yep.
Thomas, give us a donation update.
All right, so Hudat Goffa is still in the lead. Second place, Jason Champagne with $12.83. I forgot to thank him. He sent us a donation message. Merry Christmas! Third place, Wendell Cavalier with $10.
I forgot to say, Errol, he got to put on the whiteboard. Saints got busy with Rizzi. Thank you, Errol. We had to condense it a little because we ran out of space. And notice my wife wrote it.
But wait, then why? So then what is Errol Cook Duck?
Well,
what?
I've got to catch up on the whiteboard, Kevin.
Michael Thomas won last week, but he didn't send us any message.
That's right.
We got the one from Errol that Ralph forgot last week.
That's right.
I know we'll do game predictions in a minute, but I'm curious. So I kind of feel like this Browns-Saints game coming up, obviously Jameis is playing against the Saints. I kind of feel like it's house money. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, Jameis kind of annoyed me. Like, I feel like there's some segment of the Saints fan base that, like, now that Michael Thomas and Jameis Winston are gone, like, they're actually, like, Jameis and Michael Thomas people, and they're like almost anti-Saint because they side with them. Mm-hmm. I'm a Saints guy, so like Michael Thomas, like I'm done with his antics. Jameis is different. Like Jameis, I found him annoying, and I wasn't a big fan of his game. But like I do feel like the Saints did him dirty. So like I feel like we're in a remarkable like can't lose situation here because I feel like either Jameis is going to roast the Saints and our team is terrible and we get a better draft pick and good for Jameis because like he gets his moment in the sun and to stick it to the Saints, or he throws 5 picks and there's a little bit of I told you so and it's hilarious.
Right.
And the Saints get 2 wins in a row. So like I kind of feel like this week is house money.
That's a great point. Like, Dave, how are you feeling? I'm feeling like you beat Atlanta. I want Rizzi to be the interim coach. I want him to be the full-time coach. So I hope he wins more games because I think he's fun and he's interesting.
Really?
So after 1 week, you're sold. Like
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's got to win more.
Prisoner of the moment, Ralph. What else were you expecting?
I want the Saints to win more. Like I want Rizzi to get to 7 wins, to get to 8 wins. I don't care about the draft pick. Right. I want Rizzi to be the interim coach. He's got to earn it. He can't go 3-14 and be the full-time coach. He's got to earn it. So I want that. But also, like if Rizzi's not good enough and he can't get him to 7-8 wins and the Saints pick 4th because they go 3-14 or 4-13, whatever, like that's cool too. So like I think the rest of the year, Dave, I'm just like chill. Like whatever happens, I'm completely fine with it. Like besides injuries, there's no outcome that'll like really upset me with the Saints the rest of the way.
I mean, I guess that's true. I guess I'm in the same boat. I guess that's not true. The outcome that would upset me would be a mixture of those two that you said. Would be if the Saints only win a couple of games with Rizzi, and it's not like Rizzi like wins out or whatever. So they only win a couple of games, but they stick with Rizzi.
Oh shit!
Got a Riz kit for the biscuit.
Who that go for $50?
Riz.
Super chat extending his. We
Well
are less
done.
than $10 away. Let me update
Thank you, who that
goal.
Yeah,
I says losing out the rest of the year will crush my soul. Not really.
Losing out would not crush me. I would be fine with losing out. I'm not going to root for losing out. I'm not rooting for them to tank, but I'd be totally fine if they lose out. That means we're going to get a top 3 pick. I'd be more concerned with. I don't know if I trust this team
with the top.
They know what they're doing with that pick.
They'd
that
probably
would be my
trade up
concern.
from 3 to 1. And
Yeah, they
Man,
probably
don't
would.
do that. Don't do that. None of the negative
would.
vibrations here, okay?
They probably
I'm
would,
going to
but-
be Donald Sutherland in Kelly's Heroes.
Don't
None
you
of
put
the
that
negative
evil on me.
waves. None of it. We're not having it.
But I'm not like Ralph though. Like I'm not sold on Rizzi yet. Like Rizzi has to win all, or maybe lose one of the next. He's got to win out for me to like really be sold on him.
Yeah,
I think so.
Dude,
I think so.
Games
We're
have
getting
to go
close to
10
it.
and 7 for you to
Yes, look, this guy is not qualified. This is not a guy who would even get an interview for a head coaching job in other situations.
What if they're 9-8? That's not good enough.
How many losses is that?
One more loss.
That's what I'm saying. One loss or winning out. I think that's enough.
Okay,
Anything?
What if they're 8 and 9 to end the year?
Mike Bagger, drink up, Rolf, $10.
Here's my question.
I don't know.
Dave, before I even
Anything short of a winning
They better be at least interviewing people. Like it's gonna really annoy me if they just take them and don't even look at anybody else.
Here's my question though, Dave. If let's say they go 8 and 9, and your choices are
wait, hold on. So 8 and 9 would mean that he goes 5 and 2 the rest of the way, 6 and 2 overall.
Yeah, but here are your choices, Dave: Rizzi, Aaron Glenn, Mike McCarthy.
No, neither. Okay, if those are the 3 choices, yeah, I like Rizzi.
See, I'm saying you might.
But I don't like. But for the same reason I don't like Rizzi is the same reason I don't like Aaron Glenn. I kind of really want somebody who has not been in this building ever before. I kind of want.
I kind of like Aaron Glenn. I don't know why so many people are shitting on Aaron Glenn. I get it.
Don't the Lions fans hate Aaron Glenn?
No, he's gotten a lot better as a coordinator, and their pass rush stinks, but it's because their defensive line without Hutchinson stinks. Dave, look this up. It's BASK.
I actually have it pulled up already.
Drapour. What is it?
It's a Swedish style liqueur flavored with wormwood or anise.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
Wormwood.
Sweden is one of the few countries that has never banned absinthe or other wormwood flavored liqueurs.
It's here.
Hell yeah.
And it's big.
Is it banned in Poland, Dave? Or
He's
not?
done this before.
I've done. It's been a while though, Dave. Ugh. Here we go.
This is Malort adjacent.
It is.
I don't think he got it all.
Oh,
I don't think he got it all.
Ralph, you better finish that. Yep. Get that last little sip there. There you go.
Good eye, Kevin. I could not see that.
finish it.
It tastes like a deck smells. Oh God.
A deck of what?
Like a deck, like when you're on a deck and it's stained, you know?
Like
Outdoor.
a wood deck.
Like a wood deck. It tastes like a wood deck smells. Oh.
Well, it's warm
Give me
wood.
the
I mean, that
rating.
makes sense. Wood. Not a 9.
It's a
Not allowed to
strong,
give it a
like, it's a strong 7.
Reviewed
Whoa,
7.
only a 7. Wow. Okay.
Oh, we
reviewed.
recalibrated the meter.
I know.
We recalibrated the meter. It's really disgusting.
So you're saying Malort is worse?
Oh yeah, because the thing is, it's like Malort going down, Andrew, but it doesn't linger. Like Malort, no matter what you drink, no matter how much delicious hard hide I try to put in my body, Malort is like sticks.
Yeah,
with
but
you.
Ralph, do you have to let it linger?
Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to?
I do.
You have to let it linger.
That's my least favorite band of all time. You just
wow.
there, by the way.
Yeah, I gotta say that their voice annoys me equally as much as Alice in Chains.
I have to say,
Cranberries?
I
Yeah.
heard the song "Salvation" the other day.
Yeah.
And I gotta
You want
say,
to put
that
on your
one-
Irish Kevin hat again?
That one might be worse than "Zombie."
I want to say this. As we've gotten into a music tin, my son has discovered Rage Against the Machine.
Oh.
And
Nice.
I hate Rage Against the Machine.
What?
He listens
They're really?
Pocket.
What
They're
is
like-
wrong with you?
They suck. They're like the Beastie Boys. If the Beastie Boys didn't have fun raps and got into politics without the charm, they are horrible. I've listened to Pocket Full of Shells like 9,000 times. I try to get him to like other
Wait, is he
Rage
playing
Against the
Rock
Machine
Band?
songs,
Is
but they're
that-
all the same.
Is that why he discovered it? Is it Rock Band? Is he playing Rock Band?
No, he just in my car I let him pick the music
Right,
that we listen to, and he just goes and,
So
and
my son discovered Rage on Rock Band, and he would sing "Bulls on Parade." And,
that's what he does. Bulls on
oh
Parade.
man, that was
disgusting.
epic. But
Pocket full of shells.
dude,
I got a pocket full of shells.
Oh God,
Kevin, can you help me out here? Is this serious?
I hate Rage.
Do you also hate The Matrix, Ralph?
Kevin, can you wait?
You can't. You will not besmirch the fine name of Dolores Mary Eileen O'Riordan. You will not be doing that today, sir. The lady
God,
has
we're
the
back
voice
on-
of an angel.
We're back on the cranberries.
You will not be doing that, sir. Now, if you want to besmirch somebody, go besmirch the Edge. Not Edge the Bono. We love the Edge. Go besmirch Bono. Fucking Irish.
Irish Kevin,
Bday.
I want you to know that Thanksgiving is around the corner. I will be passing on cranberries.
I'm not telling you gotta eat the damn things. I'm just telling you don't besmirch the band. They were speaking to me. When she said with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their bombs and their bombs and their guns, it spoke to me right here. Okay, it got me right here. And you want to come here and tell me, oh, they're terrible. Oh, they're terrible. No, go bother Bono.
People in the chat are mad at me
Go bother
because I
Bono. The man sniffs his own farts.
I
Because
said
you said
pocket
the
full
word
of
linger.
Larry Mullen. We love Larry Mullen. We
You said
love
the word
Adam
linger,
Clayton.
and this is how we
love
got
the
here.
Edge. We love
That's
the
right.
Edge. Bono can piss right off.
What do you think about Charlie Smith, the kicker?
I saw
doing
that some
fine.
NFL
He's
show in
fine.
Ireland. They came over and they interviewed him. He's not getting anything. Blake Groupie's been money, man. He's like 19 out of 20.
I gotta say, Blake Groupie has had a great season. We haven't.
Let's see him in the
talked about
All-Munster final, kicking the Gaelic football around. Let's see him do that.
I got to say, and maybe this is why we should be celebrating Rizzi a little bit more. Now, granted, the punters fielding the ball inside the 5 has been a problem all year. So, Rizzi, pump your brakes. You're not that great. But kicking and punting, hay ball, Dave, K-ball's been great.
It's my boy.
Your UDFA son was I won the UDFA competition last year with Headley, but hay ball has objectively been way better than Headley was last year. Way better.
The special teams been great.
And
Shahid ran a punt back.
Money.
Yeah. Well, we
the
haven't
sun
seen
never
Groupie.
sits on the Jewish
Groupie's
Empire.
had one chance to make a super important kick, and he missed it in Green Bay. Let's pump the brakes and see if he's clutch when it matters. The one thing Ridgeway blocked the kick. He blocked the coup.
That trade, worth it.
Worth it, yeah. How much? What value would you have? How high a pick would you have given up Sunday to beat the Falcons?
Honestly, the Commanders messed up because they should have had a conditional thing, a conditional clause that says if he blocks a kick against the Falcons or makes a game-changing play against the Falcons, the 6th round pick turns into a 3rd round pick, and I would have happily given that up.
So speaking of amazing, the hotline was none of that. The hotline, Dave, your baby, was very disappointing this week compared to last week. We only had 9 calls. I don't know what that is. The uncensored version is 4.5 minutes long, but people just, I don't know, they weren't. Maybe it's because I was drunk in New Orleans and I didn't tweet out the hotline. I didn't remind people in the Discord to call, but there were some hidden gems. Butteridge botched the Captain Camara song. Thomas, play the hotline.
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Back Jordan Mims needs to be our 2nd string running back. Jamal Williams got to go. Just sell him for 6 and we'll be fine. Kevin will be happy. 3 and 14 don't sound too bad if we blow these fuckers out. MVS. That shit sounds like a disease. I'm hoping the Falcons can track that shit though. We got to get this dub. Hey guys, this is Arthur Blank here. I've come down with MVS today and I'm just going to go ahead and go home. Hopefully Raheem Morris can take care of it and he don't get MVS.
Look, it's halftime. Things could change, but as of right now, the Saints look like the better team, which is crazy because the Saints have no receivers and they're playing with 3 injured offensive linemen. The dead cat bounce thing is real. Rizzi's doing a great job. Who dat?
Let's go! The Falcons! What a fucking win! The Rizzler is Rizless!
Hey, great win by the Saints. I did not think they could survive a 21-point swing between the 2 4th-down plays and a drop touchdown pass. I know some people feel differently. I'm going to pull for them to win every game this season.
This game was peak shenanigans. Yeah, Marquez Valdes-Scantling just go off for 100 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. You have Peyton Turner, Cam Jordan, and Chase Young all record a sack in the same game, and the delicious ingredient of all of it was Younghoe Koo missing 3 of his 4 field goals. I don't care if we never win a game for the rest of the season. This game shall live in infamy.
Hey man, it's Dr. J from my fucking Discord. Calling y'all on a victory Monday. Got my fucking Saints gear on. We were just shitty enough that we managed to suck all the Falcons fans in that could travel, and they thought they had that shit. And we just yanked that shit from right at the end. And we fucking time traveling and shit. We got Cam out there getting sacks, even though he lost. It's time to get on the Riz Jizz boat or whatever you want to call it. That guy's got heart. He's clogging toilets. Knows how to fucking win. That was a good time. Look forward to the podcast. Later, y'all.
So here's my theory. The downfall started with the random McCoy injury in Game 3. It's all been downhill since then. The curse was broken by Cam Jordan's shenanigan sack in this game against the Falcons. So we're back on the upswing.
I love that Cam Jordan getting a sack is now shenanigans.
That's right. That's how far we fall. MVS sounds like a disease. MVS sounds like a disease. That might be Hotline Hall of Fame worthy.
What was going on with the who?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, that's the new censorship sound. I knew you were going to love it.
That's the new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's more funny than the, generic one and less annoying.
Okay. This is a very, 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 very deep cut that maybe two people might get. That reminded me of Evander Holyfield Real Deal Boxing on the Sega Genesis. When you were trying to fight
Street Fighter.
And the guy kept covering up.
I used to love
and
that.
And you would hit him in the gut and he would make that noise.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Cool story, bro. By the way, Mike Tyson this weekend
fighting Jake Paul Friday.
I have never wanted Mike Tyson to win a fight more than I wanted to win.
I want him to beat Jake Paul.
He has zero chance.
He seems like he's in incredible shape.
That's not going to be a real fight.
Yeah,
Thomas,
come on, man.
Well, they're using different gloves. I guess they're using heavier, more puffier gloves or whatever. So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter,
don't hurt as much.
Yeah. What? Thomas, take it to the top.
He's still gonna lose, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
Tyson's gonna lose?
Yeah.
Really? You think Tyson's gonna lose?
Yeah. Like, come on, man. He has zero chance. Come on.
Dude's gonna be on. I mean, that guy's gonna be on his bike the entire time. He's gonna be running. And then he's just gonna tire Tyson out.
That's right.
Are we all watching
it? A very boring
what time
decision.
is this on Friday?
It is.
What time?
Really delicious, by the way.
Like Jake Paul isn't as bad as most people seem.
What time on Friday is this at?
I think it's like 9 because it's a West Coast fight.
What is that? Like
I'll find it.
$50.
So
no, it's free, right? Anybody that has Netflix can watch it.
It's free.
Oh, now I gotta get Netflix.
I'm wondering. You don't have Netflix?
I don't have Netflix.
Who doesn't have Netflix?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about canceling my
Netflix,
subscription.
man.
So the Saints Happy Hour viewer.
And you're not going to be able to watch Love Is Blind.
No. The Saints Happy Hour viewer questions are brought to you by Hard Hide Punch Strawberry Whiskey.
Kevin's making the wanking motion. Kevin, you should be on Love Is Blind.
Yeah, you can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold.
Wait,
you can pick up a bottle of Hard Hide.
Hold on. Do we need an update?
Let's get an update in a minute. Let's get the.
Let me read the sponsor.
Jesus Christ, guys!
Let me read the sponsor, and then we'll get a love update. The Saints Happy Hour viewer questions are brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Kevin, do you have a love update for us?
You mean Kevin love update is brought by Hard
Now that
Hide.
he's done with that, Kevin, tell us about your love update.
Yeah, so I'm still
that?
talking. Whatever, brother. I'm still talking and texting with the lady from Houston. She's going to come up here, not this weekend, but next weekend, and stay for 7 days. She's going to stay with me
over Thanksgiving.
Ooh, no, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She's going to stay.
Is that not a red flag? Does she not have family to spend Thanksgiving?
No, her family is from here.
Dead?
Her family's from
Will
here.
you be serving a little stuffing?
Yes. Well, stuffing will be occurring, but I don't have to worry about putting anything in the
being a verb in this situation, not a noun.
This
is
happening. Lube up. And speak of the devil, my oven's actually going off.
There we go.
But she's coming here she's going to stay with me for like 4 days. Then she's going to go stay with her friend for Thanksgiving because I will be working. But then she's going to come back and stay with me on the final day, and I'll bring her to the airport.
Okay, so
and then she is going to come back.
Will you be serving and or listening to any cranberries?
Yes. Yes, there will be. I don't know what the sexual innuendo is for casserole or anything, but I know there will be pie and it will be eaten.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's gross. I've never wanted to vomit more. So
whatever, brother. You brought this up. You brought it on yourself.
Oh well, no,
I'm getting the oven.
No. Wait, no. So this sounds like this is getting serious.
Well,
if
yeah,
she's flying up and down.
You know how this goes,
I wonder
Dave.
if
Let's
this is.
see. Let's see if it's still together post Thanksgiving.
I know. Well, I'm wondering. Yeah, I know.
No, I can hear you.
Kevin's gonna say something that's gonna totally freak her out in 2 weeks.
So she's gonna.
Don't say anything. Don't overly emote. All right. Well, don't overly emote. Don't overly emote. While you're here, while she's
don't talk about.
Have you mentioned the podcast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Have you mentioned your wrestling fetish?
Yes.
And she's in the medical. What does she do?
No, she's not in the medical field.
Oh, that's a plus. I think that's a plus.
She's in human resources for like some big company.
Oh, she's in HR.
She's in HR, but here's the thing.
Well, that's even worse.
So she's had to deal with all kinds of people's bullshit for work. So she's
correct.
Yeah,
so my bullshit.
So you're nothing.
So my bullshit is like perfectly reasonable compared to all the bullshit.
Babysit a bunch
Love
of
that for you, Kevin.
Angry about their salaries. Yep.
No. But I think I told you guys this. She actually reads medical journals.
Oh yeah, you did.
Like
say
for
that.
shits and giggles.
Right.
And it's over.
What do you mean for shits and giggles? Like
she's one of these people who just like she gets fascinated about something and she wants to like learn about it.
Oh yeah.
All right, well,
she's just like a curious person.
Sounds like what she's doing with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And scene.
Thomas, what's first up for the mailbag?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, I just want to put a bow on this.
Okay.
I just want to put a bow on it. Can we get a name? Are we
Shut
ready
up!
to reveal a name yet?
No.
Have you bought her? Have you bought her a
it.
medical journal as a gift?
No, I did buy her a calendar of No. I bought her a calendar of mythical creatures that have like local urban legends from like around the country. Like
throw that in the trash.
She loved it. I gave it to her and she loved it.
Officially.
She mentioned it. She mentioned it casually to me. I remembered it, bought it for her, and gave it to her, and she was delighted.
There you go.
George, is this the one?
Great. If she's
I don't know what to believe anymore.
If she's like so much into if she's that much into reading like medical journals and stuff, has she been able to diagnose that rash on your scrotum?
He's gonna take a real good look at it when she comes up here.
Wow.
Gonna take a real good look at it.
Oh shit! Do we need to retire the Lattimore soundbite, Ralph?
You're gonna shoot your dick off.
No. It's a classics never die, Thomas.
But we gotta make sure that our Commanders Brethren podcast has access to that though. Whenever they need it in the future.
I need to send it to them.
All right. Well, anyway, so we don't have a name yet. You don't have a name yet.
No, I have the name. I'm not going to put the name.
I don't think you have a name.
She's very.
We're not getting a name. We're not comfortable
She likes
enough.
being private.
No,
I feel like not on social media.
Oh, so you're doing this more for her than for you.
If he can,
not telling us her name.
Correct.
If this relationship can thrive during a holiday, Dave, I'll feel real good about it.
All right. So, and now how many times have you seen her so far?
This is the one.
3.
Is there any chance
this is going to be the 4th time?
Show?
Kevin Jr.
Is there any chance what?
That
she's going to listen to this
show and hear us talking about her right now?
No, it's like she's not a podcast. She's really not much
don't
of a
listen to
podcast
podcasts. No.
Hi, Dolores.
Doris.
But she will be here not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, like she'll be here.
Oh, she needs to make an appearance.
Oh, okay.
On the podcast with you.
Well, brother, I may or may not be on the show.
You need to propose.
I hope her Aunt Flo isn't
will not
coming
be.
with her.
Her aunt will not be coming with her.
Ain't gonna be coming in.
All right. Well,
Her aunt or close friend will not be.
Let's go to the questions. And Kevin, we
all right. I think we've got this.
We expect an invite to the wedding.
You need to
I have
save
one.
the.
Wait. One last question. Is she the company that she works for? That she's HR. Is it like a large company, or is it like a smaller local company, a national company?
large company.
Is it a small
12,000-foot
shop?
Is it a national company?
I guess so.
Okay. All right. So
I guess
she's
so.
got to deal with a lot of. So she sees a lot of shit.
She deals with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's where.
That
That's where I was
explains a
trying to
lot.
go. Got it.
So,
Okay.
Thomas, what's the first?
All right. Well,
question?
good for
Let's
you
go.
and Dolores.
Yeah. What's
Dolores.
first up, Thomas?
Right, first question from Bulky.
Bulgari?
Bulky.
He asks, on a scale of DA to Rizzi, where does Rizzi's story about clogging the head coach locker room toilet rank? And was it already more likely to clog because of all the tampons DA put in there?
Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
I
dead.
feel like I have a story real quick. This is going to be high on the bougie meter, which.
Here we go. Let's.
Yep.
I'm here for that.
Story time with
Bouge
you.
it up.
Yep. Which is gonna. So anyway,
Andrew Bouge.
Yep. So I stayed at the Inn at Little Washington, which is the only place in Virginia that has a what is it 3-star Michelin. It's the only restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the only 3-star Michelin restaurant in Virginia. So it's called the Inn at Little Washington. It's this little quaint thing in Washington, Virginia, which is it's not that close to DC. It's like an hour or two from DC. But my family and I went there, and we stayed.
All four of you?
No, it was in-laws as well.
Oh, okay.
But we had like a cabin that was like to us, right? And I'm there like less than an hour, and I go take a dump in the bathroom, and I clog the toilet. And so
Did the Rizzi.
I Rizzi. I Rizzi.
You pulled the Rizzi.
And it's like a really fancy place. We're going to like a really fancy dinner. I'm like in a coat and tie, and I'm like, okay, this is terrible. Toilet plunger nowhere to be found. And so I call front desk, and I'm just like, hey, listen, I don't know how else to say this, but I need a toilet plunger. And they're like, no worries, sir, it's all good. Like, we'll be right there. And they didn't say it's all good. Obviously it was very polite, very I don't know. A lot of decorum in their speech pattern. So it was very like, it's no problem, sir. We will be happy to assist you, yada, yada. So anyway, 5 minutes later, I get a knock on the door, and I'm like, basically doing the walk of shame, right? Like walking up to the door, because it's like, yes, I'm the guy that stopped the toilet, and I need the toilet plunger to fix it. And the door opens, and it's like the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. She's probably like 23 years old. She's very attractive. I don't know, 25. I don't know. But she hands me, she's like, sir, I have the toilet plunger for you. And I take it from her, and I'm like, yeah, thanks. Great. That's
Shit, I thought you were about to tell me that she was the one going to go in there and do it.
No, she offered. So yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. She was like, sir, I'm happy to take care of it for you. And I'm like, nope, you're not going to do that. I'll take it from here. Thank you. And
chivalrous of you.
Yeah, it was one of the most humiliating parts of my life. But anyway, like later that night, I saw her with her colleagues, and she's talking, and they're whispering and they're pointing, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm the guy that stopped the toilet. Great, thank you for that. Thank you for eyeballing me. I was super self-conscious, but that was my like 5-star, 3-star Michelin, whatever experience it was.
I'm looking. So I'm looking at this. Did you do I'm looking at their website. Did you do like just the whole tasting menu thing? Like,
I did the tasting menu. Yes.
I'm looking
Did you
at this.
taste
So
the
that's
toilet?
That's $388. By the way,
Well, I didn't say I paid for it.
I know that. I'm assuming you went with your in-law or with your parents. So I'm assuming this was a treat from them.
Did they charge you a toilet like a cleanup fee?
I mean,
I would like to think for the amounts that this dinner costs. No, not for the amount that this dinner costs. This is some bougie shit. Did you do the wine pairing for an additional $250 a person?
We did.
So this is a $600 a person meal. So yes, I just for the bouge scale, I just wanted to get this all on record. I wanted to get this all on time stamped. So just so we have this to go.
I mean,
did you get the a carpaccio of big eye tuna and swordfish with wasabi sorbet?
Swordfish?
I don't think I did, but
did you do a tin of sin? A tin of sin, Petrosian Tsar Imperial Osetra caviar with Chesapeake crab and cucumber rillette.
That sounds fancy.
A chartreuse of Savoy cabbage and Maine lobster with caviar beurre blanc.
Oh.
You know, Dave, this is all beside the point. Taking us back to Rizzi stopping up his toilet.
Yes.
I am here to say that my experience was 100 times worse.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he just stopped the toilet in the locker room, in the head coach's office. Like,
nobody would have known if he hadn't.
Did we ever consider that was
to fix it and you're done? Like, game.
Now, wait a minute. Did you clog the toilet after you went to this fancy meal?
No,
before. Oh, okay.
Did you ever?
He had to empty out to make sure he could take it all.
Kevin, did we ever think that DA knew people in the Superdome and was like, listen, as like a prank for these assholes, they fired me. Clog that toilet up. Make sure that
he's not
like a
brother. He ain't
DA like try to prank him.
He's not that clever. He's not that clever, and he's not going to do that.
I'm with Kevin on this. If it was Sean Payton, I guarantee you 7 toy cars would have gone down that toilet, and he would have written notes on he would have Sharpied.
Pipes would have burst.
Yes. If it was Sean Payton, but DA, he would have been clever enough to do that.
Yeah, no, I think in this case the most logical explanation is probably the actual explanation. It sounds to me like Rizzi is we could have a situation where he uses too much toilet paper. He likes to take a big wad and then he just wipes once with the big wad, and he doesn't do like a fold over. Tries to maybe, if
Cheryl Crow
so thick,
would be disgusted. Are you guys familiar with Cheryl Crow and her whole thing about toilet paper? Have you guys ever heard this?
Yeah. Does she use like
she's like a toilet
diapers,
paper.
like reusable diapers, just like reusable toilet
but
paper?
she's a toilet paper minimalist. She's like, you should only use 3 sheets total. So like you tear one sheet.
3 sheets total? Holy
what if it's a mess back there?
I know.
What if it's a mess back?
Is you can fold it into 4, 5, 6 corners and keep reusing.
No, you could do that. You could do that if you're a bidet society. If you've embraced the bidet, you could easily do that.
Well, you're speaking to someone that grew up in France, so
I don't have one. I don't have one, but I see the benefits of it. I could be easily convinced to get on board.
Pro bidet.
Yeah, I could.
When I went to Paris 2 years ago, I'm pro bidet.
Yeah. I mean, like it seems like it makes
game changer.
Yeah, I would think.
Game changer.
You can buy the thing, Ralph, for your toilet seat.
Team bidet
that you can install. That will be.
What do you think about bidets, Thomas? Is that a thing in Poland?
Yeah, it is, but I never used it, so I don't know, man.
Y'all have a name for that in Poland, or is it just?
We do. It's the same name. Same name.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you say it in Polish with the accent? Say it.
Bidet.
Bidet.
Okay. You sound so basically how somebody in Arkansas would say it.
He was about to deprive us of bidet. He was like, "Oh yeah, we say it, same thing."
Same.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute, Thomas. Are you telling me that bidets are a thing in Poland and a lot of people use them, but you're just an uncouth gorilla and you just go back there with your unclean hand?
I don't have a roof over my head, man. Listen to the behind the scenes.
Okay. Jesus. I think
you want me to have a fucking bidet?
You don't have a roof over your head. This is just propaganda to try and convince Ralph to pay you more.
He's walking.
Got out the bag.
He's walking the streets of Warsaw.
Into bidets because of the lack of paper use, or if it would be worse because it's overusing water.
I don't know. It's great.
I would have to think.
Let's get her on the show.
The former.
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow, if you're listening,
let us know, Cheryl.
Let us know. We can
I'm sure you've done the research, or maybe Kevin's girlfriend's read the medical report on the medical journal.
The benefits of the bidet.
We'll take her on the show, Kevin. We're ready.
Yeah.
What's next, Thomas?
The benefits of wiping with your hand. Fucking hell, man. 3 fucking sheets. Holy shit. Before next question, quick question from the chat. Toxic P, who brought the plunger to Rizzi?
Oh, good.
That's a great question.
Not a 25-year-old smoke show, I bet.
Maybe Dennis Allen.
Whoever's responsible for faxing over the contracts.
I wonder if Rizzi was like mad or he was like embarrassed and he was like he had to like get the little intern like clog the toilet, or did he like this toilet's terrible, get me a plunger? Like I wonder how Rizzi like reacted to clogging the toilet.
I mean, there's like 0 chance in hell the DA would have ever shared this story. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
he would be too embarrassed, man.
Like he had such a quick trigger to share that. Like, I mean, that right there says it all in terms of personality difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, I just think that's a way to make him so relatable and like get buy-in from the fans after a win. Like he
is he maybe too relatable?
I don't know, but he's been, Dave said it before. It's hard to go from a special teams coach to a head coach. I know Harbaugh did it and other people have done it, but it's rare and it's hard. Rizzi's been waiting a long time for this. He's had a plan. I think he's like executing his plan all the way down to like how he does the press conferences. Like I think his clog the toilet story, very strategic. Well done.
No chance he shares that if they lose, right? No.
Well, maybe Ralph's saying maybe it never even happened. Maybe he made up the clogging the toilet story.
I mean, who's going to check?
Oh.
Who's going to check?
Interesting. Conspiracy theory. Now, remind me again, who chose Rizzi as interim head coach once Dennis Allen was fired?
I don't know. It's a great question. Loomis?
Oh, that wasn't.
Probably.
We don't know.
Loomis.
No.
What's next, Thomas?
I mean, I'm just wondering, Ralph, if there's any merit to saying. I wonder if Rizzi would have known, ahead of time whether he would be potentially the guy that they tap if Dennis Allen is fired, and if that's the case, then
that's an interesting point.
Then if he knows that, then is there any sort of,
Well, no, I was actually going like 2 years back or 3 years back, and like. Mickey Loomis decided to hire DA over Rizzi. Like he actively decided Rizzi was not my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that like that weighs heavily on Loomis? Like I can't give Rizzi the job because
I didn't think about that.
I actually decided not to hire him when I decided to hire DA. And if I go with him now, that's almost like admitting I was wrong 3 years ago.
Well, I tell you what, I mentioned Donald Sutherland earlier in the night, talking about Kelly's Heroes, and you two are acting like Donald Sutherland from JFK. Where y'all might as well get the trench coat and the little gumshoe hat on, and be talking about no No one was allowed to know. DA could not have gotten through that game without being fired. That was the command. Like that. That was all it was.
Well, we'll get into it as if Rizzi can stack wins, it gets pretty interesting. So, Thomas, what's next?
All right, next question from Saints Rabbit, the usual suspect. He asks, what did Rizzi do to get in Koo's head? Wrong answers only.
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, I haven't. He clogged the toilet, but he did stink palm. He didn't wash his hands, and he went right to Koo in warm-ups.
Free sheets only.
And he said more like Young Wei Poo, am I right?
Young Wei Poo shook his hand. If you watch Mallrats, you know stink hand is deadly. And he gave him the stink hand. He gave him the stink hand.
Jesus.
I love a Mallrats reference. Gotta love a Mallrats.
That's the answer. Next
Great
question.
movie.
I mean,
No,
we
he took a
can't top
picture.
that.
He was proud of himself.
It's a sailboat.
He took a picture of it and then showed Young Wei Koo.
He's like, hey, Young Wei, check this out.
Right.
Pick of my dump.
He gave it to Koo in an uncomfortable place, like the back of a Volkswagen.
Love it.
Thomas, what's next?
A kid is back on the escalator.
All right, final question of the show belongs to Jason Champagne, who's still with us in the chat, watching us live. He asks, should Carr's shout out to DA after the game be considered an apology?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I don't think I understand the question.
Derek Carr after the game
In the post-game interview.
Yeah.
In the post-game interview, he gave credit to DA. He gave credit for this win. Yeah.
Right, I get that, but why would that be considered an apology?
Because he wasn't good enough and got DA fired.
I don't know. A lot of Saints fans are really mad about that. Like, am I supposed to be pissed at Carr that he has loyalty to DA? Like, that's a personal relationship inside the building.
Empathetic.
No, I'm not pissed at that. Like, I think that is so stupid that Saints fans are like infuriated. Like, of course, Carr is going to be loyal to DA.
Do you think going forward, since they're probably going to keep Carr, that
you think that's accurate? Next year, you think Carr's the quarterback?
I think he's going to be the quarterback. But my question is, if Carr's the quarterback, will the Carr hatred subside because DA is gone?
Nope. Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. Because as soon as the Saints started losing again this year, it was immediately back on Carr and DA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. DA will be gone next year. So maybe.
But whatever. Then it'll all be on Carr. It doesn't matter. It will all be on Carr.
Yeah. I don't know. You're probably right. I thought maybe it would ease.
I mean, Carr's the hatred that Carr gets is because of Carr. Like, he's doing it himself. It's not because of anybody else. And like, my feelings for Carr are because of his performance, and it has nothing to do with DA.
People were not giving Carr any credit. They're like, those touchdown passes, that was MVS balling out. That had nothing to do with Carr. People just didn't want
that first touchdown pass. MVS was triple covered. That is seriously like one of the most ridiculous. And I'm not this is coming from someone who's not a huge Carr fan. That throw in triple coverage to MVS, that first touchdown was, the best throw I've seen, certainly since Jameis, maybe since Drew.
He kind of even jumped. It was kind of like,
that throw was incredible.
It was
absolutely incredible.
Here's the thing about Carr. So he's loyal to DA. This was a guy who famously stuck up for a former teammate on the Raiders when he committed vehicular, like
I don't know if he's stuck. I don't think sticking up for him is the right word. He was just
stood by him, I should say.
Yeah, well, he just was like, he's
a Christian. He did the Christianly thing.
Yeah, he was like, he needs love right now, and I'll love him, was basically what he said.
Correct.
But you're right. Like Carr is like he walks the walk when it comes to his faith. So you got to give him that. So I mean, he was never going to throw Da under.
Right.
Look, if you're gonna hate Carr, like hate him for his play, like
trust me, he gives you reasons.
That's right.
Yeah, but where you lose me is he refuses to kick someone while they're down. I don't know. Like, call me crazy. That's a respectable thing.
Yeah,
that's a solid human behavior.
Maybe he should be a politician.
Yeah,
maybe
it'd be a lot better.
But like we all fuck up in life, and like that, like the friends that I want are someone that sticks by me when I'm at my lowest.
Yeah.
And like I feel like Derek Carr is consistently that guy.
And like it would be really easy.
Be so lucky to have a friend like Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
It would be really easy to pile on Da. People, I watch the Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons. They're all piling on Mike McCarthy, and he's not even fired yet. And it's just like, Da's just standing by Da. You don't gotta. The man's getting $14 million out the door, but you don't need to.
Yeah, he's okay.
He'll be okay, but you don't need to.
Is Da walking with $14 million?
Well, yeah, he's got. They said he had a 5-year, $35 million contract.
Is that true?
So he's getting like about about 20. He's got about $17 million coming.
So he's basically sitting his ass at home with. Okay, I feel a lot less.
And I don't even know what his hobbies are. Like, what is he going to do with that money? I can't even make a joke about it because I don't know anything about him personally.
He's chopping wood all day, every day.
Yeah,
just keep chopping wood.
And I know he's not hate watching the Saints because he helped them with the game plan
buying
for Atlanta.
tampons.
So he's not even like getting drunk hate watching them.
Wait, he helped with the game plan?
He helped with the game plan.
How do you
Albert
know?
Breer was like, he helped with the game. He helped Joe Wood design the game plan for Atlanta, even after they fired him. And he was like, he helped Rizzi. He was like, hey, you make Joe Wood the defensive coordinator. You can bump up Bryant Young to defensive line. You can make Grantham an assistant. You can he helped him shuffle around the defensive staff. Like he's so nice. He's too nice to be a head coach.
Maybe he can come back and be the DC.
They're still paying him.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
that honestly does give me hope that like
has that ever happened before?
Totally down with making him the defensive.
I know I want to go on record because we have this on freaking tape. We discussed this before, and I think I used the word cuck, but I think I said Dennis Allen, if there was any coach in the NFL who would come back and take a demotion and come back and be the defensive coordinator for a team from which he was just fired from as head coach, I said Dennis Allen would be that coach.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Joseph is doing it for Denver.
That's what. Well, I'm just saying, like this.
Not right after though. No, he had to leave for a couple of years. He didn't do it right up.
You guys are legitimately talking about something that I mentioned, and I was only half joking. Like I would, and Andrew's right. Like I would be happy to take him back as a defensive coordinator, to be the X's and O's guys, to game plan. I'm happy to have him.
We could,
as long as he doesn't get to say anything about where the players sit and whether or not we stretch before practice.
That would be hilarious. They hire Rizzi, full-time coach. They bring DA back. I want that.
It could be done. I think it could be done.
I want that breaking news siren so bad. DA is back. The headline.
Fans,
I need that so. Dave, I hope your prophecy comes true. That would be amazing.
It's possible.
All right. So speaking of prophecies, I think for the first time ever, we had somebody nail the score exactly right in game predictions.
Wait a minute. Yes, exactly.
Up on this show.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
I know why he's here.
Kevin took a damn vacation day from work, just so he could be on the show and be available. Yes. Now it all makes sense.
So Thomas, how many bonus points do you get for that?
He got +8 points for predicting the exact score.
Wow.
That's crazy. But let me.
I feel like it should be
let
3 gold bars.
Let me tell you this. This happened for the second time ever. I think last season we had one of these, and since it happened against the Falcons, I decided to do one interesting thing and double the points, so he gets plus 16 points.
Wow. I support it, honestly.
No.
You beat the Falcons.
I know, but Seth
I support our Polish emperor. Thank you, sir.
This is crazy.
I always love the Poles.
This isn't fair.
Good
Andrew, you support it because he's not going to catch up to you. But I don't support this.
You know what?
He's going to catapult above
You think
me.
so?
I think you should consider -1 for Dave based on.
What do you mean I think so? I can do the math. I saw the point system. So he's now going to catapult into second place, which isn't fair because all season for 10, 11 weeks, I have been consistently better than Kevin. He was in the negative. I was in the positive.
What are you, like, you're toiling in a coal mine, Dave?
Oh, this is some BS.
How often did you pick the exact score against
Dave
the Falcons?
is making it like
he was already being
God.
rewarded with 8 points. That is a huge reward. 8 points. Picking up 8 points is a lot of ground.
Well, you can get the right score this week, and you can get 8 points too. Like,
Yeah, but it won't be against the Falcons.
Right.
So-
That's it. That's right. It's not possible anymore.
It's funny that Andrew's not complaining in Davis. Come on, man.
That is so on brand.
Because Andrew doesn't
kinda
lose
love
by
it.
this. Andrew's in first place, and he stays in first place. I just went from second place to third place.
Man.
Who gives a shit
Well, if you're
about
not
the
careful,
second
you might
place,
go
man?
from third place to last place.
Second place is a set of steak knives.
Third prize is you fired.
And Rob goes to last place, man.
So,
Well, I know that.
so
I mean, that's good. I guess that's a net positive, I guess.
fine. So here's the game. The Saints are a 1.5 point favorite. This game started out Saints 2.5. It's gone down to Saints by 1.5. Listen, I know people are saying it's Jameis revenge game, but just a friendly reminder: Cleveland sucks. They give up 122 yards on the ground. They're not as bad in run defense as the Saints, but they're pretty freaking bad. Their offensive line, Jameis got sacked 6 times the last time they played. They were off this past week. Cleveland sucks out loud. They suck a little bit less since the Predator and Nasty Man isn't the quarterback anymore, Deshaun Watson. Almost a Saints legend, Deshaun Watson. But here's the thing. This game, I know you hate it, Andrew, when I say it. This is a Ralph special game. This game is either Jameis throws 5 touchdowns and it's 35-10 Cleveland, or
It's the W.
or he's having 2 fumbles, he's getting sacked 4 times, and he's throwing 4 picks. And the Saints are going to win in a rout. I think it's going to be the latter. I think the Saints are going to give us a fun, delusional optimism Thanksgiving. I think the Saints are going to beat Cleveland. I think Atlanta is going to lose in Denver. And I think we're going to look up and we're going to be like, Atlanta's 6-5 and pretty bad. Maybe. And we're going to talk ourselves into it. Saints 24-13.
To 14.
Thomas, 23-14. My player of the week, Jameis.
What? You cannot pick Jameis.
I can't make Jameis my player of the week.
No.
Why not?
No. Come on,
right.
man. Jesus Christ, Ralph.
And then Alante Taylor, my player of the week. If I can't have
Jesus, Alante Taylor. Jesus
Alante
Christ.
Taylor.
All right.
All right, Dave.
All right.
Well,
Lock it in.
Dave, you're next.
Lock it in.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I get to go first. I do get that advantage as well, like being all the way down here with the losers.
Wouldn't call that an advantage, but yeah.
I don't know what the hell to think of this game. I mean, the Saints suck. I'm willing to admit that. The Browns, they suck.
They do.
We all know that. I don't give a crap whether Jameis is playing or not. I think Jameis sucks too. Eat me one of one. Come find me. At me. Actually, don't at me. Excuse me.
Have you blocked him on the socials yet? He's going to be out in 4.
Like, please
No,
don't
I
at me
haven't.
ever again.
I haven't blocked him, but I haven't had a need to block him, but I have no problem blocking him if necessary. I don't know. I don't know what to think of Rizzi. I don't know what to think of this team. I don't know what to think of our defense.
They're terrible. You're welcome.
I kind of just flipped a coin on this one. So, Ralph, I don't know what everybody else is going to do, but you're not going to be the only one picking the Saints. Surprisingly, I figure they got to win 1 or 2 more games this season, and it's got to be probably one of them has got to be against the Browns. I'm picking the Saints 17, Browns 13. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Not because I think the defenses are going to play great, only because I think we're going to see a lot of bad football. I think the soundtrack to this game is going to be the Benny Hill
slop.
Yeah.
Player of the game.
See, my problem with is the player of the game. I don't even know who the heck I have left. I don't know, Thomas. Who have I picked?
Who have you picked or haven't?
Well, I guess you better tell me who I have. Well, I don't know.
You can pick Brian Brzee.
No, I don't want to pick him. No.
You can pick Cedric Wilson.
Oh, you know what? You know who I'm going to take? I'll take MVS. Let's go. One more time.
No, he's not doing that 2 weeks in a row. That's
one more time.
That is ridiculous.
Let's go.
Never, no way he's doing that 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. All right.
If he does, if he goes over 100 yards 2 weeks in a row, when we hit the donation,
I don't even need him to go over 100 yards. I need to get him. I need him to get more points than Alontae Taylor at this point.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
Let's see.
I don't need to outrun the bear. I just need to outrun the other guy.
It seems like Thomas is having a hard time putting MVS on the graphic because he wasn't even sane a couple weeks ago.
Right.
You
have
face
his Buffalo Bills uniform.
That's right. It's not going to be a Saints shirt. There it is.
It is Buffalo Bills.
Was he on
I thought I wrote him as MVS. I was looking at
and he
M,
was
not,
on the
not
Bills,
V.
and he was playing for the Bills, and he was terrible.
Wait,
All
so
right.
he was on the Bills. Hold on, but he was on the Bills. He was on the Chiefs. Was he on the Packers?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right.
He started with the Packers.
That's what I thought.
Who the fuck played that?
Yeah.
That was me.
Okay.
DJ Juju.
Saints 27, Browns 17.
We're scoring 27 points. Wow.
Wow.
All on defense.
How many punts did we block?
It'll all make sense.
That is a
It will
lot
make
of Jameis
sense.
turnovers.
No, brother, it'll make sense in about 5 seconds.
Okay, 1.
My most valuable player of the game,
3.
Jermaine Jackson.
4.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
Nice.
What from the Jackson 5?
Nice.
Yeah, that is.
That's our punt returner that's always fielding it inside the 3, Dave.
All right. See. This is why. You know what? Never mind. I take
You
back
wouldn't
my
have
rant.
picked him, Dave. You
No.
went before me.
Stop.
He doesn't even know who that is. He doesn't even know he's on the roster.
No. I take back my rant from before. Kevin's fine. He's gonna go back to being in the basement in like 2 weeks after making more
Yeah,
stupid
it doesn't
things
matter,
like this.
man.
Yeah. He'll be back to last place in due time. I forgot the fool and his money are often parted, and I just forgot. Yeah.
Suck on this.
Never mind.
All right.
The sun never
I'll be-
sets on the
Held.
empire.
Well, it's
That might be the first and last time that ever plays.
yeah. Well, it's unanimous, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I have
no.
to say.
Wow, we are all picking the Saints.
I am also picking the Saints. I am.
We got Riz. We all got Riz in the face this week.
Of Riz magic. The Rizzler has me intoxicated. I am
Let's
in.
go.
Saints 24, Browns 20.
Ooh.
Jameis Winston throws at least 3 picks.
Wow.
My player of the game, go Tigers, is the Honey Badger.
Wow.
Ron
Again,
Matthew
back-to-back
once again
weeks,
makes it
bailing them
happen.
out.
Check the timestamp. He's going to have a pick 6 this week. Jameis Winston is going to cry. He's going to whine. I'm not going to feel remotely bad. And I'm going to rub it in Jameis 1-of-1's nose. It's going to be glorious. Rizzi with a 2-game win streak. And who knows where it goes from here.
I mean, they win again. They could be picking as low as like 14.
Let's go, baby. Hey, I'm not ready to root for draft picks.
No.
We have a new head coach. We're risen it up. And I don't know where it goes. Like I said, I don't know where it goes from here, but I'm rooting for wins right now. I'm not rooting for draft picks, and sticking it to Jameis will be a side benefit. It will be great.
All I'm saying, Atlanta, they have the Broncos and the Chargers. If the Saints can beat Cleveland, Atlanta might start to panic. And if Atlanta collapses and doesn't win this division, we will laugh and laugh and laugh. Thomas, recap donations and thank everybody who donated.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who donated. We reached the donation goal for the 65th straight week. Thanks to Mike Bagger. Thanks to Wendell Cavalier. To Jason Champagne and to the MVP with $70 for the second time of the season. Who is the one and only Who Dat Golfer? Congratulations!
Thank you, Who Dat Golfer.
Who Dat Golfer.
You can have the framed Primo Hazlitt to return after strong finish. Buddy D dies of a heart attack. You can have it. You can put it in your man cave if you win. Just saying. So, thank you, everybody. Thanks everybody for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the show, and remember, Who Dat Golfer, DM Thomas.
Yeah.
Slide into his DMs
for your white. Slide into the DMs so you can tell us what to put on the whiteboard. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the show and made you laugh, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Give us a shot. Every little bit helps, makes the show a little bit better. And don't forget to follow us on socials, wherever you get your podcasts, and put a comment on the YouTubes, in the chat, or down below. It helps with the algorithm. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to support the show as well. Thanks to Dave, Andrew, Kevin. We had the whole boat, the full boat tonight. And Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. Until next time, the bar is closed.